Not just for yourself, not even for your children, but for your children's children. I want the 200 years from now, or 100 years from now, when all of us are gone, the next generation of ICGC people to come here and praise us, that we had foresight, that we thought of them.
In the name of Yeshua.
I want them to come to inherit thousands of acres of land that we bought for them.
In the name of
I want them to come and run schools that we built for them.
In the name
I want
of
them to
Yeshua
come and attend hospitals that we
Jesus
built
Christ
for
of
them.
Messiah.
That they will not come and say, our fathers ate and were satisfied and they rose up and just rejoiced, as God said concerning the Israelites. He says they ate, they drank, they rose up and they danced, and therefore God slew all of them. A selfish generation. After you are gone, will life be easier for those who are coming after you? If our generation, those who are ahead of us, had planned better for us, life would have been easier for us. We would not be fighting some of the battles we are fighting today. By this time, it would have been possible for a Ghanaian to start life at 21 with his own car. It should have been easier for a Ghanaian to start marriage in a nice rented house, and within 5 years of marriage buy his own house. But you and I know, but for most people, that is a dream that may never come to pass. And it's not because we don't have land and we don't have opportunity, it's because we don't have generational thinkers. Tell the person as you, be a generational thinker.
Be a generational thinker.
Think about those coming after you. In every area.
Devi pensare la bambini.
I want my life.
Devi pensare la vita di
To
bambini.
empower some
Devi
of these
pensare la
young
vita di
people
bambini.
here.
La messaggio
There are
è
older people, but a
inglese.
few young people.
Ma cosa sta dicendo è devi pensare
Some of the
la
people here
futuro
are
di
young.
bambini, la futuro.
My children.
Ora futuro è paradiso.
I want my life to
È il
make
regno
it
di
easier
Dio.
for you.
La futuro ora
So
manca è il
when
regno
you
di
come
Dio.
here, you don't have to fight Otabel's battles.
Se la bambini non
Otabel
trova
should have
questo
fought his
messaggio
own battle
o
and
noi non
given you
fermalo,
opportunity so that you
la
can fight
bambini
your own battle
non c'è
by
futuro.
standing upon my success.
La bambini
Not
non c'è
standing
futuro
upon my
se noi non
failure.
sistemalo bene. Oh mio Dio.
Parents, be generational thinkers.
Generational
Think of your
thinking.
children.
The generational thinking.
Think of your children.
Jesus' name.
Invest for
In
their future.
Jesus' name.
If you are a young family
Cosa sta
starting
dicendo?
today,
Dici,
open an account for
la
your
papà,
children.
la mamma,
Start saving
comincia
for
a
your
pensare
children.
per la bambini.
Start investing
Pensa
for your
alla
children.
bambini.
Make sure when your children start,
Pensa alla
they
bambini.
have something to start life
Pensa
with.
alla bambini.
We must empower
Oh,
the next generation.
Jesus'
That
name.
was the ministry of
Con il nome di
Jesus
Gesù
Christ.
Cristo.
If you read Psalm 22, it starts with a phrase that some of you will recognize. Psalm 22 is a prophetic psalm or a messianic psalm. It says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from helping me and from the words of my groaning? You know that Jesus repeated those words on the cross. But when you go to verse 14 and 15 of the same psalm, he says, I am poured out like water. All my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It has melted within me. My strength is dried up like a potsherd. My tongue clings to my jaws. You have brought me to the dust of death. It is describing suffering of an individual who is Jesus. But then in verse 30 and verse 31, he tells us the benefits. He says, a posterity shall serve him. It will be recounted of the Lord to the next generation. They will come and declare his righteousness to a people who will be born that he has done this. It says that the reason why he suffered is for posterity to come and benefit. For the next generation, for those who are yet to be born, to come and recognize that something was done for them. And in my mind's eye, I see a future of a church that is vitally impacting human life. I see the next 50 years, young people graduates from our primary schools, from our secondary schools, from our universities. I see God allowing this church to demonstrate with other Christian churches and other believers the life that Jesus Christ talked about. That is not just something we experience in our hearts alone, but it's a life that can be lived here on earth. Because he taught us in the Lord's Prayer to pray, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. In other words, whatever God has in heaven, he wants us to have a foretaste of it here on earth. A generational thinker empowers the next generation to do more and achieve better. That is what I'm demanding from you. A generational thinker. When you leave here, you go to your homes, be a generational thinker. You go to your office, be a generational thinker. I believe the destiny of people does not depend on their government. It's good to have a government, but the destiny never depended on government. It's always depended on God and the people who are committed to live a better life. And I pray that in the next 25 years, you will be alive to see the new ICGC. And when the story is told, you would also say, I was there on the 25th anniversary when we filled the Ohinjan Stadium. And Pastor Otabel said, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And he talked about generational thinking. Then you can testify about how far we have come. The measuring line is not what the last 25 has achieved. It's what the next 25 is going to achieve.
Jesus. In the name of Jesus Christ, in the name of Jesus Christ. Oh, we give you praise.
Celebrating 25 years of raising leaders, shaping vision, and influencing society through Christ.
One of the important things that took place during our 25th anniversary celebration and Thanksgiving was the launch of the Central Educational Trust. This is a project that is at the heart of our church, at the heart of the leadership of the church. It's a project that we believe will bring about the transformation in society that we have always envisaged and lived for and prayed for. The Central Educational Trust is an initiative that is starting beginning this year to construct top-level senior secondary schools all over the country. We're going to touch the regional capitals, and then we're going to go below that, and then we would have other levels of education at the junior high school level, as well as the primary, the kindergarten level. But we, as you know, we started our Central University College, which is doing well. So the next year is to go to the secondary level. And the first part of this project, we were honored to have my very dear friend and a good person who is committed to this ministry, Osajifu Amwetio for a penny in the Ochihine. He donated land from his kingdom, 155 acres of land free of charge, for us to build the first school in that area. And we want to take this opportunity to thank him. And in appreciation for his donation, we asked him to come and launch the project for us. And he came and spoke some very profound words about his own initiatives to build a university in Achimebuakwa,